All right. Second technique in HELIO'S lesson 8 is the side kick surprise attack. Now, jiu-jitsu is often thought of as only grappling. It's not even often thought of today as a complete self-defense system. But again, going back to the original intent and purpose of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, as it was created by Helio Gracie, to be a complete self-contained self-defense system. It does include some basic strikes and some basic kicks. We see in some of the motions, for example, the two-handed front choke defense, right? We protect the face or protect from a knee strike. We step back in the base, draw the letter U, and in an Helio system, right? We don't often see this, but when we study Helio system, we see he steps back in for the elbow strike, right? Because it's a complete self-defense system, which means bringing at least the level of violence of action to the assailant in order to make sure that the fight doesn't continue. It may be one thing if I escape the choke, but if I don't do something now, isn't he going to be looking for the next thing to do to me, whether it's another choke or a punch or a kick? So again, because it's a complete system, it has to include some striking and kicking. Helio didn't specifically instruct, here's the detailed process for throwing a kick or for throwing a strike. Right? It's simple. You step in and you put the elbow on the side of their face. It's simple. You lift the knee and extend your leg. And that's what this technique is. It's not a fancy, detailed, technically proficient, high-level Japanese karate or Chinese kung fu kick. It's simply a question of raising the knee enough that the leg can extend itself at a reasonable level towards the target, and then being willing to pivot on the spare foot like this so that you can face the target and then snap the leg out. Helio says snap it out like a piston. That's all. Snap it out like a piston, right? So the person is within kicking range, right? Not within grappling range where we're touching, not within punching range, fists are going to be able to connect or others are going to be able to connect. He's within kicking range, and Helio simply lifts the knee, pivots on the opposite foot, and snaps the kick into their midsection. And because he says it's a surprise attack, because you want it to be a surprise, you want it to be unexpected, you don't put the hands up until after you've thrown the kick. That's okay because in this instance, you're out of the punching range anyway. So you're not going to be worrying about protecting your face. This is a situation where someone's talking to you, they're starting to become aggressive, and before they can do anything, you're going to simply lift the knee and just push. That's all. Lift the knee first, right? Don't just try and throw the kick from here. It's going to go low, and you're going to fall. Lift the knee, pivot on the foot, and at the same time snap out. And this is really just a push. Helio never claimed that this was going to be something that would finish the fight. Perhaps if you get a good kick off and you train this again and again, holding a padded target so you can gauge your range, gauge your distance, the way they do in stand-up arts, start to increase your power by combining a higher amount of velocity and mass, right? Then you're going to be able to do something effective with this. But for this instance, it's just a question of backing the person up and giving you the distance you need, and then allowing yourself a couple extra seconds to get ready to close the distance, execute the takedown, achieve the dominant position, finish the fight. In other words, bring him into the jiu-jitsu world. So very, very simple. This is Helio's process for throwing the surprise attack kick. You feel threatened and you know that something may happen sooner than later. You want to beat that to the punch or to the kick. And so you lift the knee, pivot, and just push. That's it. That's it. Very simple. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, let's give it a try.